Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome back once again to JJ's PC Builds. You know it is JJ with you once again. If you're first time here, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Don't forget about the notification bell. Today, we're going to delve into the world of pre-built PCs. Let's go ahead and see what we find on the action screen and see what I got cooking. All right, we're on the action screen. What we're going to be doing today is this. We're going to be going to CyberPower PC. And the reason why we're going to CyberPower PC is because I thought it would be interesting to you all for going. Now, as everybody's wondering what I'm doing in the background, I'm always doing something in the background. I'm always getting you guys set and prepared for everything. So, now that you guys are set and prepared for everything, and yes, I had a problem with, I found out what the problem is, but with my camera and stuff like that, why my PC was shutting down. I already found out. But we got the big cursor right here. We're going to continue with this. What we're going to be doing is we're going to stay right here today on CyberPower PCs. And what we're going to do is look at some of the stuff they got cooking here. So it looks like they got a B580, they got an 8700F, they got a good bones of platform. They got a gigabyte a gigabyte 8 B850. My bad. It's not a bad motherboard. They got 16 gigabytes of DDR5 6000 memory, probably one stick. 8700F processor for $1,239. $1,239. Oh, it's not too bad of bones. I mean, you got a B850 motherboard. So if you want to go and upgrade it, you probably could. So let's click on it and see what we can see. Let's see. Well, you can do black. You can do white. I like black. So now that we got the black going on, let's see what we can do. Let's see what else we can do. So they give you a choice of cases. Let's see, what's going to minus off of the case? See, the non-airflow cases, they got negative $34 and negative 27. So if we wanted something like that, then we can get, some money knocked off. They got 12, 13. They got add-on 34, negative 16. I mean, I kind of like that case right there. I mean, that looks nice. So now we're picking more. Now we're going to go to the fan since we already got the case. It's included in the price, but let's see if we can get something knocked off of the price. Nope. Doesn't look like we can, so fans are out of the reasoning. Yep. Fans are out of the reasoning. Now, we go to the processors. It's the 8700F. Let's see. 8700F, huh? Right here, it sits in between the $210 and $166. You can go to 8400F. I mean, if we want to reach down and look at it, they would have 8700F. Well, no, that is the 8700F. Wow. 8 core, 16 thread. I think we can stay with the processor. I don't think that's a bad deal. Or you might think about maybe a 7800 X3D, but that's adding another $216 to the price. We don't want to do that. So, you can add the monster. Okay, so you got to get a 97. Okay, So in order to get that, you would have to get one of the better processors, I guess. So let's see. Coolers. Let's see. Negative 18, negative 17. That's cheesy for 13 more. That's definitely cheesy. So let's just say for now, we can find ourselves a cooler that's a little bit better. So we get a 240 included with the price. We get a 240. So do they got anything better? I don't think a 3 will fit in there. That's the problem. Nope. So we'll have to stick with the 240. No biggie. Okay. Too much. Okay, now they got what they got with this is the 4060. Now, if we wanted to go like a 1030 or something like that, or 3060, we can get $219 knocked off of it. So if we went the 8 gigabyte 3060, we'd get $219 knocked off of it. So if we think about it, we can go and get the $219 knocked off of it. I'll tell you why in a minute. Yeah, I know you guys are going to say the 4060 would have been better. Well, yeah, it would. Yeah, it would have been. But there's a point I'm going to be making with this in a moment. So stick with it and you'll see why. Okay. Freebie video card. Whoa. Freebie video card. No, we still didn't get no game with it. 600-watt power supply, huh? So let's look down on the power supplies. I'll tell you what, instead of 600, I'd rather go up here to the 750. Yeah. I would go right there with the 750. Or, if we're looking at it, this right here is a 12 plus 4 PCIe 5.0 graphics card. Let's find out why. Okay. So, if we're looking at it, they got an 850 watts. See, I'm going to babble a little bit. They got one that's 850 watt. So $10 cheaper to get the 800 watt. 850 watt. We'll do this. We'll go to 850 watt and we'll go black. So now we upgraded to an 850 watt. So now they got a restricted shipping. Let's see. Motherboard. They got right here. If I went this way, this is -7. If I went this way, so this is -46. Okay, well, we'll stick with this. It's got three M.2 drives. It's got four PCI. Well, no, it's got three PCI X16s. 850. Not too bad. Okay. Now we get to the memory. Since we saved a bunch of money, now we can go up to the big cheese. And now we can go to 64 gigs. We can get the T-Force Delta or we can go 6400. So let's see. Let's use the calculator. Let's use our brain today. Let's use our brain today. 330 minus the 270. So that's $60 more. $60 more for 400 more megabytes of frequency. Or 400 megahertz of frequency. My bad. Sorry, guys. So 400 more megahertz of frequency, 64. They don't give you the CL, so that's kind of a crapshoot. Or what we can do is we can go to 32. Some people will be like, yeah, put some 32 in there instead of 64. So instead of going up 330, we can go right here. We can go right here, or we can go right here. So that's 32 gigs for $90 more. Okay, more sense. Now, if we really wanted to, we can switch it for the LPX. We can switch it for the LPX. I like the LPX. It handles better in performance. So let's stick with the LPX. I know you guys are looking at the 7200 megahertz, but no. Primary hard drive. Are we going to do a regular hard drive? No. We'll do M.2 drive. Let's see. For $10 more, that's $10 more. So what we get right now is one that's very not too great. It's 1 terabyte. It's a Western Digital Green. So let's look at the 2 terabytes. Let's see, MP Corsair. Corsair, this one's at a good read and write speed. That's $179. Let's see. That's 2 terabytes, so but that if you can get 2 terabytes for this at 43. So and that you can get dual. So and let's see if they got a 2 terabyte that's cheaper. 2 terabytes that's cheaper than that. That's in the 5,000 range. It's in the 5,000 range. Not happy with that. That's negative 100. Takes a little deciding, guys. I'm going to stick with that. Okay. External storage, we're not going to worry about that. Okay, now we get to the juicy part. Graphics cards. What do we want? 1080p? No. All you guys are going to say is, oh, you're going to get 1080p. Well, we got one already included in the price. I don't think we need that. Wi-Fi, I don't think we need that. Let's see. Sound card, we don't need that. It's built on. We already have monitors, no sense. Let's see. We don't need cables. We got those. Don't need speakers. Don't need keyboards. Don't need the mice. Don't need the headphones. Don't need microphones. Okay. These are just nothing but accessories. So, now that we got that put together, it comes out to $1,311. So, making a little bit of modification, bit of a modification. Doesn't look too bad. A little bit of a modification. I just don't like the fact of them putting that up there like that. But it's not too bad of a modification. But for $1,311. Okay, so now what we're going to do, believe it or not, we're going to take and go over here to PC Part Picker. Now that we know we got our list of PC parts, so we go to PC Part Picker. So we can do what they call the modifications. Let's go to Builder. Okay, CPU. We're looking at CPU to CPU, right? So we're going to choose the CPU and see what we choose. We chose the 8700F. So we go over here, we choose the CPU. We'll say 8700F, 8700F. That's 259. So we'll add that. CPU cooler was a 240 AIO. So we'll say 240 AIO. So let's see, we'll go by the lowest price that we can get. We can also do, we can do a 360. I'll tell you what, we can do a 360. How about that? Instead of their 240, we can go up to a 360 AIO. And we can do thermal, right? Oh, wow. Yeah, we'll catch it right here. We'll catch it right here. Let's pull this all the way down to $68. And let's pull this all the way up to $68. Close to it. So. Oh no, that's right. It's around 55. Okay. So that's starting to make more sense. 55. There it is. Right here. This is what I'm looking for right here. So we got a 360 AIO. We got a CPU, motherboard, and that was a B850. It's a gigabyte B850. Let's see if we can get it in here. Okay, now we got a B850. Let's find the lowest price we can. And it was a gigabyte. So we can go right here. Definitely. When it comes available, we can do that one right there. But let's kind of. No, I'm not going ASRock. I don't think you got much of a choice. Well, we can go this one right here. We'll do ASRock. I know the other one was a gigabyte, but we can go ASRock. Memory, we want 64 gigs. Well, they had 32. So we can do 32. Corsair Vengeance, 6,000. CL30, perfect. And we'll see what we have to make up that difference. Storage. Let's see. Let's see if we can get the capacity up to. Move it up to 1,500. 1.5, we got 2 terabytes at 7,200. And we needed, no, we needed something else. We needed NVMe, needed SSD. So, looking at the lowest price, 2 terabytes. Huh. Well, you know what we could do. That's SATA. Well, why it's giving me SATA? Don't need SATA. M.220. That's what we need right there. Okay, so now we can look at it. 2 terabytes, 3.0, no. King spec, 2 terabytes, PCIe 4.0. X4. Okay, so far we're up to $684. Video card. They had a 3060 on there, so we'll come back to the video card. We'll go to the case. So we want a 360 case. So let's say I don't know why that does that. Let's keep the case around $85. Look at the volume. Mid TX case. Okay. Hope you guys are still with me. We're debating on what we want. We're debating on what we want. So hopefully you're with me. We'll find it. We will find the case. We don't want a small one. We want a biggie. Bigger in size, the better the airflow, I think. Huh. Let's see what this is. ATX mid. Oh, I went full ATX. Okay. We'll narrow it down. Make it a lot easier. Riser expansion slots. No, we need 4. Okay. We need 4. Yeah, we probably need more. Okay. Let's go back to the top and see what we find. Oh my God. Let's see this one. Oh, that's a good one. That's a full ATX. There we go. We don't need but one fan, but I'm sure we can add that into the thing. Now we go to the power supplies and we do an 850-watt power supply. Let's keep the price down. Do that. Okay. Now we can see what we can find. Let's see. Too much broad price range. Let's get the price range in a normal spot. Let's see. 850, come on. 850. Viva Galaxy. That'll work. 850 watts. That'll work. Operating system, you can get it for 30 bucks. We'll add that into the price. Monitor, you probably already have this. We're just building the PC case. Video card, 3060. That's what we need is a 3060. Okay, there, that's what we need. The less price of it all. MSI 3060, Ventus. We're looking for an OC. MSI RTX 3060 OC. So we could go the gigabyte OC. It looks like it's a cheaper one. Let's do that. Okay. Now there's your price. So taking it from here in this price, $1,311. Right. So we got 1311, and we'll minus that from said minus from 1186 1181.76. So you save about $129 there, people. I forgot to get rid of that, my bad. So you save $129 right there. Okay, let's go back to the main screen and we'll talk about it. Okay, here's my thought. You save about 130 bucks, okay? Let's say about 130 bucks. Because you always got to get that fan in the back for $10. You probably got it already. You already have it on your hand, so you really don't need to worry about that. But what would save you even more money would be is if you had your own case and you're taking and upgrading your own case, then that's going to save you a lot more money. So what we'll do is we'll go right back real quick and I'll show you why. So let's say you have your own case right here. And we X out of that. Let's say you have your own power supply. We X out of that. Let's say you have your own graphics card. X out of that. You don't have to replace it. You have your own solid drive, your own M.2 SSD. Don't need that. You have your own system RAM, which is 6400 MT. So you don't need that. Only thing you're really going to need is, since you're running an air cooler, which you're not going to need that. And this is all you need right here. These two pieces. And the total comes out to about $400. So we can take the 1311. Oh, my bad. We can take the 1311 and we can minus that from $400. So guess what? 911. I saved you $911. Now let's go back to the main screen. Just so you get an idea of what you can do, believe it or not, with your system, that you got on hand and you got all that extra parts, you can save yourself $900 and put it into something to make your system even better. If you got $1,500 to play with, so now that just upped the game to around 1100, 1150, somewhere in there. So that way you got all that extra money to upgrade your PC the way you want to. You know, let's say you don't like the case. Let's say you find a better case for $50 or $60. There you go. Boom. My bad again. So you can upgrade it for $60. Let's say you don't have enough RAM, system RAM, you want to upgrade that too. You can always go up to whatever size you want. Let's say you're not happy with the motherboard and you want to switch it out. You can always do that. See, the thing is, you're taking your main system and swapping everything out, other than going and buying a whole brand new PC that you're probably not going to need, because now you're throwing your old one off to the side. Now you can take your old one and take and put the parts in some bags, and then you can store them, put them on the shelf for a rainy day, because you never know, you might need the parts again. So save your parts. You hear everybody saying, and this is what I hear from everybody, why don't you sell your parts and get yourself a better PC? Okay, well, I'm not selling my parts, and I'm not going that route. If I want a better and more improved PC, I got enough graphics card. I don't need any more than I got. Got the 4070. I could replace the whole platform for $600. The whole platform. That includes the RAM, motherboard, CPU. I don't need to touch anything else, like my PC case, the fans, the AIO, which I got a 360, so I don't need one, and the power supply. I got a 750. So I changed the platform. That pulls the same amount of power as my current platform. Guess what? Don't need to change my power supply now. Now you see the point. Just to give you that outlook so you can understand, it's not hard to switch your parts to putting it up to futuristic. So if you want to future-proof your system, you can do it with your same exact system. Now, if it's a pre-built system from like Hewlett-Packard, Dell, or Livono, or something like that, ones that got integrated motherboards, you're not going to be able to do that. So that's going to be a lost cause. But let's say you run out of warranty with like a SkyTech or something like that, and they got motherboards that are standard motherboards, standard everything. Then you can go and switch. Switch things out, get new warranties with the new parts you're putting in, carried along for another 5 years. Just to give you an idea how you can do a pre-built PC, you can either buy it pre-built or you can pre-build it yourself. Either way you look at it. What's going to save you money? If you pre-build it yourself, you're going to save $100 and some. If you get somebody else to do it, it's going to cost you that $100 and some. Either way you look at it, you can take that $100 and some and invest it into your PC again and make it better. Instead of giving it away to some other company that don't want to, give you a great deal, like better parts for lower price. Yeah, you got to kind of do it yourself now. I mean, if you already got a retail operating system, then you ain't got nothing to worry about. Let's say you got Windows 7, you got a retail operating system of Windows 7. Well, you can take and renew it to Windows 10. And then after Windows 10, you can upgrade it to Windows 11. It renews it from 7 to 10 to 11. So you're not spending no money there. Or if you want to get a CD key, they sell them companies out there, they sell them for like 21 to 25 bucks if you want a Windows 10 key. So if you get a Windows 10 key and you upgrade it and everything else, and then you want to go up to Windows 11, guess what? Now you have the option with Microsoft for free going up to Windows 11. Takes a little bit of work, a little bit of time to tune your system to get it just the way you want it, but I've done it. I went from upgrading from the Windows updates from Windows 10 to Windows 11. I've been on Windows 11 all this time. I have no problem with it. You won't either. I know some people say don't do it through the updates and this and that, just go get it from now. If you're trying to preserve your product key, this is the way you preserve your product key. So it might have a little bit of Windows 10 drivers to Windows 11, but there's a balance. There's a balance between the two. We'll talk about it at another time. But we don't want to make this video too long, which I already did. But anyway, we're at the end of the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. So don't forget to hit the like button. Oh, no, let's not do that. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the like button. Don't forget about the notification bell so you know when I post the next video. Until the next time and the next video, you know it is, and we'll see you on the next one.